Nice to meet you. I'm a fawn, and I live here, in Narnia. I've always lived in Narnia. I grew up living in a home with my mother and father, surrounded by friends and family. We had good times socializing and enjoying the seasons with one another, until my father went to war when I was just a little bit older. I never saw him after that. It wasn't long after that that my mother passed away as well, and, well, I've been alone ever since. I live here in this small home in the side of a cave, but don't get me wrong, I like it, despite my very social nature. It wasn't long until the White Witch came to rule that I was having fun still, out with friends and socializing. But ever since the White Witch came and began her rule and started this dreadful winter, we haven't been able to do much socializing. Actually, we haven't been able to do much of anything. With her spies always around us, always watching us everywhere. They're probably listening right now, or at least somewhere close. We're not really allowed to do much. She's put so many rules on the land, but there is one rule she's told us that is the most prominent of all. If we're ever to see a son of Adam or a daughter of Eve, we're to bring them to her immediately. That was why I was so startled when I met young Lucy Pevensey. She was in the woods one day, and I stumbled upon her, and I was so frightened. I'd never seen a human before. But she actually looked like she was startled at me. And there she is, standing with her 2 legs and her 2 feet, and here I am looking like every other fawn in Narnia. And she's going to be startled by me? And she even was standing there shivering. I've got all this fur covering all my body, and that and my red scarf alone, and you don't see me shivering. She's got all these clothes on. But what really got me was she lacked a tail. I mean, does every creature have a tail in Narnia? I don't know. I've never seen a human before, so I didn't really know what to expect. We did have some similarities. I had reddish-brown hair, and she's got browner hair, and we both have 2 eyes and a nose. Her ears were a little flat and rather boring. Mine are, they point a little bit. But she's the only human I've ever seen, and I'm guessing from the look on her face, I'm the only fawn she's ever seen. I was quite intrigued by her, so I invited her back to my small home, and she agreed. I gave her some tea to drink and played her a lullaby. But I did not do this out of kindness, for deep inside I had hard, other, dark intentions. My lullaby caused her to sink into a deep sleep. But when she awoke, I realized I could not go through with my intentions. I had planned to kidnap her and deliver her to the White Witch, but I just couldn't. I told her my plan, and she seemed so very frightened. And I knew then that I could not, nor would I ever be able to go through with any plan. I knew I had to get her back to safety, because we were friends now, and she was so kind and so trusting, and even when I wasn't trustworthy. I wanted her to be out of danger, and I had to be very careful, and I told her of all the danger that could come if she was there any longer and the White Witch knew she was there. I delivered her back to where I found her, and we parted ways. I only hope she is safe now, and she's far away from this land where the White Witch could cause her any harm. However, I don't know what is to become of my safety. As I mentioned earlier, the White Witch has her spies everywhere. They probably know what's happened. They've probably seen me, and they're just planning to attack. It won't be long before they come now, I'm sure of it. I just hope that she is safe and no one knows what I've done.